All right, we're here for round number one of our league with Eldrazi Stompy, and we're on the play, which is really, really key for a deck like this. Let's look at our seven. Not amazing. Um, we have turn one, Endless One, into turn two, Chalice or Displacer, depending on how good the Chalice is going to be. So we're going to play Eldrazi Temple on turn one, so we can open up Chalice followed by turn three, Uncounterable Smasher. So I guess we keep this. Really would have liked an Ancient Tomb so we could play Chalice on turn one, but not horrible. I just realized I forgot to turn off the sound, so I'm going to do that live here. So apologies. Whoop. And we're back. Okay. Underground Sea for our opponent, Delver. So it looks like it could be Death's Shadow. Didn't I just turn off the sounds? Yeah. 1 second, people. We're just going to put all these to 0. Okay, cool. So we drew Caves of Koilos. I think we just play the Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi, and Chalice. The alternative is you can play Eldrazi Displacer and just kind of shove. I don't hate that either. Regardless, we're going to attack first, because playing Displacer will play around Daze. Yeah, I don't hate that. We're just going to play the Displacer here. We really don't want to get got by kind of like a counter spell, and they flip their Delver and just not really good. So, and we get Reality Smasher next turn, and we're attacking for a lot of damage. Plus, we don't really care about Delver's secrets. You flipped a Lightning Bolt. That's not good. That's kind of a punish. Kind of a punish. That's a huge punish, actually. It's still fine. We're going to get to play Reality Smasher next turn. Now we're kind of in a point where we need to get... Ooh, he didn't get red mana. Karma Wave. Oh, so it looks like we're playing against 4-color Delver? I'm confused. That was actually a really nice draw. As now we can... I think instead of playing the Chalice, or playing the Smasher, we can go Caves of Koilos, Lotus Petal, Chalice the Void for 1, and we have Eldrazi Displacer activation available to us. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play Caves of Koilos, because we could flicker the Insectile Aberration. If he wants to force a will this, then I'm okay with that. Okay. It's like he is not interested. And we still have Reality Smasher next turn. It's just like this is going to shut off the bolt that we know is in his hand. And now we get to play around Daze, and it resolves. That's huge. We can honestly flicker right now and get in for 3. I'm not in love with that line. I think we just pass. Worst case scenario would probably be like an Oko. And I don't want us to like do that attack, then he drops an Oko. And Elk's our displacer, and now we're kind of just like in a weird spot where, especially if we want to like flip Delver. So he's cracking his fetch, so he might have Oko here. Man, what an aggressive mana base. Could just be like a Rug Delver variant that's running black for some reason. I don't know. I'm a little confused. No attacks. He's not even forcing the issue. I'm a little confused. It's passing. All right. Well, we're gonna do this. Happens. Okay. Another displacer. It's not a bad draw. So yeah, we're just gonna smash. It's uncounterable. We're just gonna serve with the Reality Smasher because he can cast Lightning Bolt and make Tarmogoyf a 3/4. So that would be a jump attack. And F6. I think our best draw at this point is either like that. Our best like non-creature draw is like an Urborg, because that will allow I have Ugin to tap for mana and give us multiple Displacer activations. But as it looks right now, it's not looking horrible. We might have like Brazen Borrower bounce the Chalice into Bolt or Displacer. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, that's the worst case scenario. Alright, well, yeah. Man, what a weird deck. Why is he playing Brazen Borrower in his deck? I'm a little bit confused. He does not flip Delver, which is both good and bad. Hopefully it was a land. If it was an Oko, we're definitely in trouble. I guess we can play Uncounterable Displacer and leave up Flicker. We could like Flicker Reality Smasher. Pure Dane, okay. Goes top bottom. So Delver is still not guaranteed to flip. Brainstorm, okay, now it probably is. Goyf is a big boy. Notably, Goyf is a 5/6. So we do kind of just need the Displacer to push through it. I think Ancient Tomb or Urborg are our best like draws, minus like another Smasher. Does that allow us to Chalice plus Displacer activation? Oh, that's pretty unfortunate, actually. That's a little bit unfortunate, but now we just kind of want another thing. Thought-Knot was not a horrible draw. Do we just need to play Displacer, though? Let's cast the Thought-Knot Seer. Let's see if we could, like, nab an Oko. We know we put a non-creature spell on top. Sylvan Library and Dreadhorde Arcanist. Wow, those are two really good cards. We don't really care about Dreadhorde Arcanist because we have Chalice the Void. So we're going to take the Sylvan Library. Our opponent can't really attack with the Tarmogoyf. He's going to flip his Delvers here. Daze. Okay. It's fine. We know both the cards in his hand. We are on a clock, though. However, our opponent can't get too frisky here. Casting the Dreadhorde Arcanist would be kind of Pepega. Looks like he's doing it anyways. Okay. That was a really good draw. I like that last turn, but so we get to play Chalice on one. And we get to cast Displacer. Alright. So this is a close game right now. We know our opponent's only card in hand is Daze, which doesn't have text. We have access to double Displacer activation next turn to flicker both Insectile Aberrations. And he can't flashback anything with Dreadhorde Arcanist because we have Chalice. So worst case scenario would probably be like Oko off the top. Our opponent put it back off of a. My guess is this is a land. So we know it's our opponent put it back with a Brainstorm. Let's see. All we can do is hit the F6 button. Yeah, worst case would be something to deal with Chalice, because if it's something to deal with Chalice, then we almost certainly lose. He's able to flashback Bolt our Displacer. We get to eat the Arcanist, but it doesn't matter. Then we're just taking too much damage in the air. We don't have answers to the Insectile Aberrations. He attacks with Goyf. Pretty sure I just chump with Endless One. Wow, just with one Insectile Aberration, sure. I guess that makes sense. If he attacks with both, he's dead on board. Mimic was pretty bad. Um, so he's gonna play Brazen Borrower. End of turn here. Let's think. How are we winning this game? Brazen Borrower can't block. We get to flicker both Insectile Aberrations. Dreadhorde Arcanist doesn't do anything. So I think we just need our opponent to kind of just stone whiff for another turn, and then we win because we get to go flicker, 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 attack for lethal. Right, here comes the Brazen Borrower. Yep. We know he has Daze and one other card in his hand. We really need this to be like a one drop or like a land, something that doesn't have text. And I believe it was. Yeah, he's gonna make us do it. He's making the lethal attack. We take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do unfortunately actually have to flicker this because then that doesn't give us enough. So we go to 4 here, which gives us one more activation of Ancient Tomb. Which is why, like, instead of taking the damage, then going like flicker post combat. Okay, well, I think we just get to win here. I mean, we're dead next turn, right? If he flips a non-creature, say an instant or sorcery, then we lose. We don't have an Urborg, so we're gonna have to take 2, and we're at 2. We only flicker 2 things, so yeah, we're basically all in. So flicker Tarmogoyf. Flicker Dreadhorde Arcanist. And Bolt doesn't do it because we have Chalice of the Void. Nice. Looks like we got it. All right, cool. Really close game there. Very, very close. All right, we get on the top. So looks like we're playing against a kind of a Teamer Delver variant that's running black, which is a little interesting. Leyline of the Void's usually a card I like bringing in against that deck because they have Dreadhorde Arcanist and Hooting Mandrels, but he is running main deck Brazen Borrower, which really makes me not want Leyline of the Void. So I think I'm just going to bring in these 4 cards, Mire Misery and Oblivion Ring. Missing Edict, the fact is, was really good against them in general. Just more removal is really nice. I'm not huge on Plague Engineer against them. I really like it a lot more on the play than on the draw. I guess it blocks Goyf, but They showed us black, so we can probably assume they have Plague Engineer, which makes this card a lot worse. I usually cut one of each of these anyways. Cutting Lotus Petal is really awkward when we bring in these cards. Um, let's cut. Cutting Displacer's a card I want to cut because they have Bolt, but like it's so good. It's so good in this matchup that like it's really hard. Let's cut another Mimic. Mimic on the draw is a little poor. Let's cut one Plague Engineer. Is that right? Or do you just cut both Plague Engineers? Let's leave in one Plague Engineer for the potential to go Plague Engineer them, name like Wizard, and then Flicker with Eldrazi Displacer. This is a really matchup all about Chalice of the Void. We do not have the Chalice. His hand is really unfortunate, so it's going back. I don't love it, but I think we have to keep it. So we have Wasteland for their 1-drop. They also mulligan, which is good for us. We have a follow-up Displacer 2 turns later and Eliminate on the same turn. So I think we're going to keep it, and we just send back Caves of Koilos. Hopefully they don't have a Delver on turn 1, and they just have like cantrips so we can go Wasteland. Oh wow, this is best possible for us. Land go. Yeah, we're gonna upkeep wasteland them just to play around stifle, which is kind of target activated or triggered ability. Card that sees some amount of play in Legacy. I think he has a brainstorm in his hand. He's considering using. Pew. Yeah, here's the brainstorm. So the reason why we do that upkeep to play on Stifle is that if we go that right there and he has a Stifle, then he gets the mana for free, whereas we do on his upkeep, then and he has a Stifle, it's still bad for us, but like he doesn't have that mana for the turn. So he's gonna get to brainstorm, shuffle away something. Does he have a Delver? Find a Delver. He found a Preordain. It's not a Delver. We're gonna play Caves of Koilos here, which is probably wrong. Our best land in hand is Eldrazi Temple, but if they just go Wasteland, he got what? Bottom. Like, I want to play the Eldrazi Temple so we can play Uncounterable Displacer next turn. That's probably still right. Even if he goes Wasteland us, like, we still have the Caves of Koilos, and basically any land allows us to Displacer. This also sets us up to, like, cast any removal spell. Right, he doesn't have it, which is quite nice. Dreadhorde Arcanist. That's a pretty good one. Thought-Knot Seer. That's a good card. I think we're just going to go for a for an Eliminate, or we can go for just Mire and Misery. Yeah, let's just go for the Mire and Misery, because I like Eliminate because um, it plays around Oko a lot better. I'm sure this is getting countered, but I don't want it does Displacer just come down and eat a bolt. I'd rather get Thought-Knot Seer down first. He does have Force. Pitches Force. Okay, that tells me that there's no more counters in his hand. At least not yet. I was almost certain that was getting countered, but not a huge deal. We really don't want to see an Oko here. Probably gonna flashback Brainstorm. That tells me he has a fetch. But like if he plays Oko, it's not a big deal. We get to eliminate. It just means he's gonna get another Dreadhorde Arcanist activation. We'll take our one. We are behind here. Should be noted. Dreadhorde Arcanist has already activated. Does he have the Oko? He does not. He has a Delver. Okay, well I'm glad we used that Mire Misery. Oh man, 2 Delvers? Wow. Well that's really bad for us. Oh my god, we're such a god at this game. We are such a god at this game, chat. Oh wait, do we even need a name? Yeah, we do. Oh, we're such a god. Carrier. We even get to name Wizard so that we shut off the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Wow, that was insane. That was an insane top deck. This is a Wizard, right? Ooh, let's move that out of the way. It is a Wizard. Triple check, yep. And this is a Wizard. That is a Wizard. And we will name Wizard. Wow, that was an insane top deck. That's why I like this card a lot more on the play than on the draw, but I will not say no to that. See if he wants to fetch. He does not. Unfortunately, we had to play our Cavern on Carrier instead of what's this? Black mana? Fatal Push, sure. Yeah, we didn't name on Carrier instead of on Eldrazi, so it opens up our stuff to get countered, but that's fine. Gonna flashback Preordain. Yeah, I would love a land so that we get to play Thanatos here and play around Days. He goes top. Ooh, that's not good. What is this? Ponder? Okay. We really need to get this Dreadhorde Arcanist off the table. Chooses not shuffle. Okay, so I think we're just going to go eliminate if we don't draw a land. We did not draw a land. Yeah, so I think we're just going to eliminate the Arcanist on his upkeep to play around. Is there a reason for that? Play around Force Negation. But they can just hardcast Force Negation. Yeah, it's still right. I guess I'd rather get the extra card out of his hand than have him pay 3. Yeah, let's do this. We're playing on days. Okay, nice. Got it off the table. All right, cool. So I think we've effectively stabilized. Currently, a Goif is not the end of the world because we have O-ring in hand. Land was a great draw. A little awkward, but it was still a good draw. So let's start with Thanos here. Get whatever stupidness is out of his hand out of there. He did have a daze. Let's take the Brazen Borrower. And then we get to play this guy. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, we had a name carrier. I'm glad we did because we probably would have lost the game had we not. Um, because he would have dazed our Plague Engineer. We know he didn't shuffle though with Ponder. Maybe find a Brainstorm. That was a pretty good draw. My guess is this daze is going bye-bye, but could be wrong. Notably, O-Ring will get dazed, so we have to be conscientious of that. We're going to take 4, or not. We could just flicker this. And this one was not bad. I don't really see the downside in just flickering this and serving. Like, if he drew another Brazen Borrower, then fine. But he was just going to do that end of turn anyways. Looks like he didn't. What are the odds he kept the daze? Let's just cast this for 2. Just in case he kept the daze in his hand. So we'd love another soul land. He's serving here. Wow, it's not. Why? Oh, that was an insane draw too. That was actually the best possible draw. That gives us 2 flickers. So let's do that. We even have another Eldrazi Displacer to follow. Yeah. What is this? Fatal Push? Yeah, that doesn't work, friend. This is kind of unique synergy here. He's going for Fatal Push, which means that we can, he's just done. We can respond by flickering Thanatos here, and we can stack it so he draws the card first, then we get to look at his hand. So yeah, our opponent just decides to concede there. Wow, this is a really close game. Very swingy. We had some nice draws, they had some nice draws. That Plague Engineer definitely won us that game, though. That was insane. Shutting off both Delvers, killing both Delver Secrets, and shutting off Red Dark Arcanist. But yeah, so we are 1-0, and I will see you for round number 2.